Hi everyone. So I noticed that during Reddit actually called me fat, which I don't want to get too offended, but seriously, is that I've been a former sugar addict, and the fact that people are normalizing and defending this kind of diet is a huge concern because there's nothing to be proud of, you know. So because of that itself, it is a huge concern, and the fact that Duran Rider is defending it along with Frida Banana Girl is also defending it is a huge red flag. So let me just take a look at something. What's your thought on Durian Rider? Durian Rider, real name Harley Johnston. Veganism and waterfall, high carb, high calorie, cycling, controversy and drama. Known for calling out other fitness influencers often aggressively or with accusations. He's been involved in several online feuds. Positive aspects: promotes veganism, encourages activity, anti-diet culture to a degree. Criticism: nutritional advice. Many registered dietitians and doctors disagree with his extremely high fruit, low fat approach. Now, because of that itself, he's been calling me fat, and the fact that he thinks that his high sugar diet is something that he can be proudly showing off as something to be proud of is a huge concern. Unscientific claims and online behavior. So, frequently accused of bullying, doxing, and being hostile to critics or those who disagree with him. My take: Dear Vader has helped popularize fruit heavy veganism and athleticism, but he's highly polarizing for a reason. His advice works for some, especially short term or for younger, highly active individuals, but it's not a universally safe or sustainable approach. So, what are you talking about, dear writer? What are you talking about? Your advice doesn't even make any sense. His tone and online behavior can be off putting or toxic, even when some of his points have merit. What's your advice on his high sugar consumption? During Ryder's extremely high sugar consumption, mainly from fruit and refined sugars, like adding tablespoons of sugar to drinks, is one of his most controversial practices. So this is what he does. Eats 10 bananas a day or 100 grams of carbohydrates and fruits, adding refined sugar in rice and water and smoothies. High carb, low fat, no fat intake. Claiming sugar is not bad if you're lean and active. What science says: whole fruit sugar, generally fine in moderation. Fructose from whole fruit. Whole fruit does not spike insulin the way refined sugar does. And it's like low body weight itself, low risk of type 2 diabetes, and low inflammation. Conclusion: high sugar diets can be healthy, especially for active people, but not to the extreme he promotes. So it's this, but not to the extreme he promotes. So what he's doing is that he's eating lots and lots of sugar, including refined sugars, but the way that he does it, it's actually dangerous. You know, the way that he's eating lots and lots of refined sugars is a huge red flag, a huge red flag. Because the last time I saw him before then on his YouTube videos, he pour sugar in his cereal. He pours sugar in his cereal, and in my opinion, that itself is a huge concern. You know, I used to follow these people before then, when I was a teenager, but I don't even do that anymore because these people have lost their mind. Added sugars, risky, in high quantities. So I've been in that situation where whenever I consume lots of sugar, I felt tired and I felt sick. And I hate it because when you consume lots of sugar, you don't feel great, so you need to avoid that as well. The World Health Organization recommends no more than 25 grams of sugar per day. So the way he does it, just stuff like that, Don't feel carbohydrates or avoid refined sugar in large amounts. So what he's doing is that he's eating lots and lots of refined sugars, and he's eating lots and lots of it. Refined sugars. There's no nutrients in there. So let me take a look at it. How many grams of sugar does he consume on a daily basis? Like refined and So let's see. Darren Ryder doesn't always post exact numbers. Oh, so this is a huge concern right there. You should know about the amount of sugar you're consuming, by the way, So let's see. Typical diet breakdown. Darren Ryder's style day. Often eats 2,000 to 3,000 calories just from fruit alone. Unrefined. 600 grams of sugar daily. Refined sugar added to rice, smoothies, and drinks. So let's see. So for 1 tablespoon itself, he's at 12.5 grams of sugar. He mentioned using 5 to plus tablespoons a day, 60 to 105 grams of refined sugar. Refined sugar total 125 grams, from 60 to 105 grams. So let's see over here. Oh my god, this guy's actually insane. In total sugars, 460 grams to 725 grams of sugar. Dude, you're killing yourself. You're literally killing yourself eating this crap. You're literally killing yourself. Oh my god. So let's see. This is not even a good sign over here. Darren Ryder's sugar intake is 10 to 20 times higher. Look at this. 10 to 20 grams, 20 times higher. Dude, you're murdering yourself doing this. You're killing yourself doing this, and in my opinion, it's best that you don't do this because the way you're doing it is a huge red flag. I've been there before, and it is not worth it, And the fact that Darren Ryder is recommending it as a daily way for everyone to lose fat and be healthy, you cannot lose fat from eating sugar alone. You have to eat a balanced, healthy meal. You can't just eat sugar over and over again to lose fat. That's not how it works. The way you lose fat is to go in a calorie deficit. Eat better, eat well, eat healthy. I've been there before. Whatever's working for me, it worked for me. But since you called me fat, you haven't been able to do yourself a favor of cutting down your sugar intake and fixing your own sugar addiction. You couldn't be able to save people with your own advice. You couldn't. You flex more by your abs, but you care very little about the people who's been there for you and helped you out. Your abs doesn't make any huge difference here, Darren Ryder. The people around you does, and you fail to be there for them.